Video number 2 of our SteelSeries headset extravaganza here, talking about the Arctis Nova Pros. We are covering the wired version today. Tomorrow will be the wireless one. And again, we got a whole week full of this and probably some going to next week. I'm going to answer every single question you have about these headsets. But for today, let's go ahead and talk about the Nova Pro wired. Now, as far as what's in your box, well, I recommend you go and watching the unboxing video to see a deep dive on that. But as far as a short showing what you get 2 USB-C cables and your 3.5 cable. Sorry about my mess. I've been using this headset. You get your microphone little windscreen here. Of course, your base station, your amp DAC where you control all your goodies. Then you get this little baggie. And the funny thing about this baggie, again, look at the material right here. It's the same material that used to be on the older Arctis headsets. Now, taking a look at the Arctis Nova. And just looking at the SteelSeries Arctis Novas, there are a significant amount of changes. As you can see right here, number one with the styling, and I personally think they look incredibly sharp. The biggest thing that's different here is now they are only including pleather ear pads, or leatherette is what they're calling them right here. And again, you have that leatherette on the outside, and then on the inside, when you get in here, again, it's very lightweight inside. They're real nice and thick over here, so I don't think we're having any issues with flaking or peel or anything, but that stuff inside, if you can see right there, is very lightweight, and I think we might have some issues in there with some heat and sweat buildup. I don't know, only time will tell. But again, the ear pads are pleather. Your ears get spice in them. They're not very breathable like they used to be, but still incredibly cozy. Just look how plush those are. Like, holy smokes, you press them down, they take a while to get up. Very, very plush, very soft, no pinching, no nothing on them. And as far as dimensions, plenty big, plenty wide, and again, plenty deep. My ears don't touch the drivers at all. And again, I can't stress it enough, these ear pads, they really just shape around your head. They are so comfortable. Another big difference here. How about that headband? Remember before it kind of strapped around and then came in right there, and that's how you adjusted the tension? Well, now you have these little notches, if the camera can pick it up right there, and then on that side, you can just pull your headband, boop, boop, pops off, and you have those couple notches to adjust. But that's not it. Again, you have that right there, but now you have that traditional movement within the adjustment. And yes, we do have our full swivel. The ear cups actually go in a little bit right there, so a little bit beyond full swivel, and then again a little bit out. As far as your ear cups budging in and out, you have a very slight amount right there, but again, it is enough. You're not getting any pinches or anything on this. Now, talking about that as far as the comfort, I want to roll right into the build here before I actually kind of conclude it up. Now, this whole headband up top right here is metal. The underlaying of it is like this soft rubber, then it goes into plastic right here. Your arm, the adjustable arm right here, is plastic, and now this hook is plastic. On the old Arctis Pros, that was metal, and it goes into the plastic ear cup right here. So we still have that design. I know a lot of people have had issues with that, and that's been a common break point right there. I made my Arctis Pro wireless for like 2 years, never had an issue, but yes, it did soften up right there and become kind of loose. I doubt the camera can pick it up, but down inside there's actually a little rubber dampener for whenever it moves like that. So they know there is some give right here. Me personally, the movement that's already there makes me iffy. Only time will tell how that's gonna fare up. Now, as far as durability, I can stretch them out as far as the headband's gonna let me stretch them, which honestly, that's as far as you're gonna be stretching them. I can twist them up. I'm really not too worried. The biggest thing, again, when I feel a move right here, is that. Again, it's just so much plastic on our key points. Like, okay, we got this metal up there, but what's that really doing? Because the headband is preventing that from stretching any further. Our main contact points are with that arm, going into the hooks, into the ear cups. I'm honestly a little bit worried about that. Now, on the plus side, again, talking about all that plastic, I know why they did it, right? Because this headset is incredibly lightweight, coming in at 296 grams. And no joke, this headset is so incredibly lightweight. When I first took it out of the box, it was mind blown. Like, just for example, right here, what do I got? Like what are these, Arctis 3s, I believe, you know what I mean? They feel like that. Like when you got the Pros in your hand before, you were like, all right, this is a little bit lofty. I'm getting the same vibe as like the Arctis 3 over here in the Pros. And when I take these guys and just put them on my head, oh my goodness, hands down, stinking cozy without a doubt. Only downfall, again, ear pads are fully pleather, so they do lock in that heat, and within a short amount of time, your ears are gonna start getting spicy. But as far as comfort, me wearing glasses, I don't game with a hat, but even with the hat on, it's completely comfortable. How about with a bald head here, completely comfortable. Ears aren't touching the drivers. I'm not getting pinched. My glasses are perfectly fine. Totally wrapping around the top of my head, yo, these things are so stinking cozy. Side note, if any of you are curious, yes, you can change these ear pads out. Exact same as the other ones. They just got that little lip right there. You got this little notch in here. So if you want to get some wicked cushions, even the old SteelSeries cushions, you can fit these on there. Very easy. Again, you just peel off like that, tuck it in there, wrap it around, bam, and your new ear cushion is on. That easy. But again, even with these ear cushions being that complete leatherette going around there, my ears get spicy, I do really like them. They play into the sound quite a bit. All right, so let's go and talk features and functions, and we'll roll right into the sound right here, okay? So number one, features and functions on the headset. Well, your microphone is retractable, and they kind of got this different shape right here. They got this noise canceling, which I'm gonna plug up this microphone and give you a listen here shortly. But as you can see, it's different shape. You got the out there, and then again, bam, it retracts perfectly right into the headset. I love that. You got your 3.5 port right down here. You have your mic mute. You have your volume wheel, which bottoms out at the lowest, tops out at the highest. And then your plates are also interchangeable on the side. And they got some different ones you can get. Like they got red, purple, green, and it also comes with the headband and then the plate. But as far as on the headset, that's pretty much it. Of course, all of your controls and everything are gonna be on the DAC right here, the base station, which you have your volume wheel right here. Now, you can hold this down, and there's a whole lot into this, right? You got your USB input right here, which you can go there, Xbox, or switch it over to USB. And this little touch button right here is back, and it'll bring it back to your main menus. Now you got audio options you can hold down right here, get into that, and you have different EQs you can choose from a custom over here down to flat. Now, if any of you are curious about custom, this is mine right here. You can see it's pretty much that basic curve I've always used. It starts off low in the base, flattens out in the mids, peaks up at the highs. That is mine right there. We'll talk more about that into sound. But anyways, coming over here, you can adjust your side tone, your mic volume, mic mute. This is really cool because you can actually get in there, enable or disable. And what that's gonna do is actually create your little touch sensor button right here to a mic mute button. So I recommend you go in there, enable that. I personally love that feature right there. Now, again, you had that mic mute button on the side and the volume wheel. So you're like, why do I need it here and over here? Well, the cool thing is you can still use this headset as a basic 3.5 headset and still control your microphone or your volume right on it. You don't necessarily have to use the station if you don't want, which if you're buying this headset, of course, you're gonna wanna use it, right? Anyways, going back into this right here, you got your line out, which is all your controls on the back, which you're gonna see. You got Xbox, and then you have USB. Again, talking about the Xbox version here, yes, you can use it on PS4, your PC, your Mac, your Switch, your PS5, and your Xbox. Of course, when you go Xbox, you have to use this deal right here. Now, one side note about the connections right here, again, you saw the Xbox and you saw the USB version. Again, USB for every other platform, Xbox for Xbox. Now, when you're plugged into Xbox, you get full control of the station right here. You can press it in, you get game to chat control, and then also your volume and all that. Now, when you're plugged into any other platform, Nintendo Switch or your PS4 or PC, you don't get that. Now, on PC, you do have a workaround. You can go in there and use the SteelSeries Sonar software. Not even necessarily the engine, but the Sonar software. It's good software. It does what it's supposed to do, but me personally, I'm not a software fan. I don't like logging on there. Like all these softwares now, I feel like they shove stuff down our throats. It's almost like Razer Synapse. I don't like how you have to have that to be able to use some of the features. Again, me just complaining maybe, but I personally don't like it. Give me full control right here without having to use software. And as far as using it, well, it's quite simple. You have your headphone port on the side. You got the angled port. Bam, it plugs in there. You get your 3.5 into your headset. Bam, and you're good to go. And by the way, that's why they included two USBs. So you can have one for a USB port and one for your Xbox and run both of them at the same time. And again, like I showed you in the station, you go USB input, and you can just switch right over from Xbox to USB. That is why there's two ports right there. And now, how about that microphone? We all know with pretty much every past SteelSeries headset, their microphone just got the job done and it stopped right there. It never did anything above it. It was kind of tinny, kind of airy, kind of like an old classic cell phone type of call. That's what it sounded like. But now they got this noise canceling and everything, so hopefully it's kind of flattening out and just really getting my voice rather than the echo of my room or someone's mowing their lawn out there. So that'll be a good example. My AC is running out there. So again, we're going to see what all we're picking up. On my graph, it seems like it's coming up pretty good. I am not using the included windscreen. Again, you're hearing this straight natural. And the cool thing, again, it's such a corny little feature, but something to me that really sells a product is things like this. I love that mute function right on the thing. And you're muted right there. You actually get a little tone in the headset as well. Just a little boop and then boop whenever it goes active. And again, you can use the button on the back. So I guess you're going to be, why's my mic muted? You know, oh wait, hold on, I still got that button on the back. And get a little confusing, right? But I love that feature right there. It is really do. Now, as far as this microphone, let's go ahead and put this windscreen on. All right, and now we have the windscreen on right here, just seeing if I sound any different, a little bit more clear or anything like that. I don't know. We're testing this together right here and seeing what this microphone sounds like. Again, it's picking up. I'm going to listen to this real quick and give you guys some feedback because it's picking up on my graph. Really nice. I'm excited to see what this sounds like. Now, I feel like I had the mic a little bit close to my mouth and it picked up a few P's and T's. When I put the windscreen on, it served a little better. So I wouldn't even fault that on the mic. That's just, again, the way I talk. My P's and T's are really out there. I probably would have just scooched it out a little bit more. It would have been perfectly fine. Now, when you put the windscreen on, of course, you can't retract it. That's a little bit of a stinker. So again, I'd say forget the windscreen and just leave it like that and you'll be good to go, and just pull it a little bit away if you need to. All right, so we have a win in the comfort, a generous pass in the build, and then we have a complete win in features and functions. But how about sound? How about sound with these guys? Well, they're using 40mm drivers. With the headphones alone, you get a frequency range of 10 to 40,000. With it plugged into the amp DAC combo here, you get a frequency range of 5 to 40,000. Now, just talking that right there, talking about using it just a 3.5, which isn't the selling point of this headset, right? You're not buying it to do that. Yo, it still sounded really good that way, right? But talking about plugging into the base station right here, right? And this is talking about any console. PlayStation 5, I was playing a lot of Uncharted. Coming over to the Xbox, I was dabbling a little bit more Assassin's Creed, playing some Dirt 5. And then on the PC, I was playing Halo and tons of Destiny. So I feel like we got a wide array of games there, from story, FPS, driving, everything like that. And short, sweet, to the point. Yo, this headset sounded so stinking good. It was phenomenal, the sound. Now, sticking true to SteelSeries, this headset is clear as day, geared more towards the highs. I'm not even talking about with my curve that I showed you there a while ago, right? You saw it peak up to the highs. You're like, well, Techne, it's just how you got it curved. No. You know SteelSeries headsets have always been geared more towards the highs. Not saying there's no bass. There is bass, but it's bass that performs when it needs to perform. Let me give you this scenario for you guys. It gave me just nerd chills. It was so cool. Okay, I'm playing Uncharted, right? I'm in this scene. I was actually doing the opening scene because I bought the remastered one. So I already beat that game like 3 times, went platinum on it. Now give it another go. But I was doing that opening scene. And then when the boats crashed and everything, went under the water, the headset seriously shook on my head. Right? It didn't shake like muddy, or you're like, just like, oh, whoa, you're trying to do too much right there. We've all heard that in headsets before, right? Where that bass just comes in and it's just like, gosh, let this scene be over. It wasn't like that, right? It went in there, it just hit, the dialogue still going on. I heard like these bubbles in the water. It was so cool. Again, even talking about the game being remastered visually, performance, I felt like also the audio quality, talking about using this headset, replaying it over. It was stinking awesome. Let's talk about Halo, okay? Halo, I've talked about it before. The footsteps are definitely geared more towards bass. I hear a lot of people complain about Halo sound. And I hear a lot of them are using like Bayer Dynamic, the 990s, the open back ones, if I'm thinking right. And again, that's just going to let that stuff bleed out. So I think people are misunderstanding the audio in Halo quite a bit right there, you know? I think you need a little bit more bass. Well, Techne, you said there's not much bass in this. There's not, but there's bass when you need bass. That's what I want you to stick with me here, right? So again, you had your weapons, you had your grenades, the footsteps, right? I was shocked. I'm up there, the new mode they got, I forget what it's called. Anyways, I'm up here, I'm camping on A, I'm trying to capture A, I'm camping, cut me some slack, right? I'm trying to capture the point, right? So I'm capturing right here on A, they got the bridge, and then down underneath there. I seriously heard the guy coming around the side over there, low footsteps, coming up, getting a little higher. I heard him jump up there. I heard one of his hands grabbed onto the side and pulled up the edge. Of course, I had a grenade out there and I had that first shot on him and I got him off my point right there. That was amazing. All right, now I'm gonna bring you over here to playing some Dirt. What is it, Dirt 5? I forget which one it is, I don't know. Anyways, I'm playing Dirt right there and it was detailed and crispy, but I would say a little bit too crispy. I actually had to take off my curve right there and I pulled it down to Smiley, I think was the other one it was called. And it just kind of made it a little bit more full, but it wasn't Again, I found that hard point for a racing game. You're squealing, the tires, the crowd, and everything. I felt like it was too much, and if I tried dimming that down a little bit, it kind of brought out the mids a little bit and made it sound kind of hollow and a little bit too full. Not muddy, but again, too full, which is not what I like in racing games. I want that high-pitched squeal and everything, but I want it to perform when it's got to perform, and I felt like it gave me a little bit too much in a driving game, and that is the only scenario with this headset that I didn't have a great time. It wasn't a bad time, it wasn't a horrible time, but again, it was nowhere near as good as the other experiences I had playing other games. All right, so there we go, the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pros, or the Arctis Pro Novas. You know, I think they should have just dropped the entire Arctis name and just went SteelSeries Nova Pro, so you know we have a whole new platform right here. Just sticking with stinking Arctis, and I can never pronounce it right. It comes at $250. It's up there in the premium line, right? But you're getting a premium product here. This justifies the price tag hands down. Only thing extra I would want is maybe some Bluetooth, but we got that in the wireless version, which that's going to be the next video coming up here. The only downfall I would say about this headset, I would say that build is questionable. We're only going to be able to tell over time. Again, with that little bit of give already, makes me a little, hopefully nothing happens. I'm very gentle with my stuff, so I doubt I'll have issues. Let me know what you think down in the comments right there. I also wish, as much as it would have dabbled with the sound and kind of taken away a lot of what they are trying to push right here, I wish they would have still included some of those cloth ear pads. Hopefully they got some options for us to buy some. Again, you can still get your Wicked cushions or put the old ones on there. All those will fit, but I wish they would have given us a replacement set of ear pads with these guys, because my ears get a little bit spicy. But all in all, again, I love this headset. I highly recommend it. Yes, you're clear as day getting your money's worth at $250 right here. Complete win in my book. But again, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I hope I helped you out, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And again, stay tuned, because we got a lot more coverage coming here. Hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.